All right. So here's the big stupid story everyone's talking about: the PS5 Pro. Holy cannoli! So this morning, the PS5 Pro was unveiled. The mid the mid life cycle upgrade to the PlayStation 5. An astonishingly weak console. Not in terms of hardware, but in terms of software. They can pump as much technology into it, but man, the meme about the PS5 having no game. The thing was, people make the joke about the PS5 having no games, right? And people get annoyed with it, but they can't even refute it because it's true. I later on, I actually went and I double checked. Let's just get into this right off the bat. Because out of curiosity, I was like, how many games does the PS5 have? Exclusive PS5 titles. So I went and I made this quick slapdash little breakdown in my in a note file based off of the Wikipedia page for PS5 exclusive games. And I broke them down into several categories just so you can really understand what the actual library looks like. So, to preempt this, I want to say, keep in mind, it's been 4 years. The PS5 has been out for 4 years. It has a total of 21 exclusives. Now, let's talk about those exclusives. So of that 21, 5 of them are VR games. Now, if you're into VR, that's fine. I would separate that, and I would kind of almost not even count. I'm putting VR into a separate category. Let's call it a mild pejorative. One of those I think is very practical, which is that the PlayStation VR is a separate purchase. So it's more of a peripheral than anything. So I think including it with the PlayStation 5's library is technically true, but also, it's a little too specific. If you're just gonna if you want to go out and buy a PS5 right now, what do you have to play, right? That's kind of the purpose of breaking this down. So 5 of those are VR games. So we're already down to 16 games. All right, one of those is a tech demo. That's Astro's Playroom. Now, Astro's Playroom, calling it a tech demo, to be fair, is a little disrespectful. I've seen that game. There is a lot of effort put into it. It's neat, it's cute, but it's also a pack-in tech demo, right? It's I was going to say Wii Sports, but Wii Sports was actually a system seller. You're not really buying it. It's probably fun. It's probably a fun, cute little experience, but Astro's Playroom is not really a showstopper. All right, so we're down to 15 games. Okay, so of those 15, 3 have not been released yet. That is things like Death Stranding 2, the Wolverine game from Insomniac, and the third, which is I didn't even know this was a thing, Hyperdimension Neptunia Reverse, which is a remake of Hyperdimension Neptunia. Okay, sure. So one of them is a remake. That's also not out yet. Okay. 4 of these titles already have. I don't know why they're still on the exclusive page. They already have or are getting PC ports. So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is that still PS5 exclusive? But it's going to get a PC port. You know that, right? It's going to get... let me bring up the actual list. I really should have the list on me. So I can see the actual names of the games. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So Death Stranding 2. Sorry, I already talked about Death Stranding 2. That's in the not released yet. I'm getting my wires crossed. They have or are getting PC ports, right? So, Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, probably getting a PC port. Yeah, so on and so forth. I'd have to. I'm not going to spend it. I didn't actually list out which games. These are just numbers. Just trust me that I counted these properly. So 4 of them have or are getting PC ports. Actually, that's a little bit of a lie. So when I say getting PC ports, I mean those. I only counted ones that were already announced. There's actually other games like Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 2, Rise of the Ronin. And what's the third? There's probably a third. Maybe Stellar Blade that might very well be getting. I mean, especially with Spider-Man 2. I mean, the first one's already on Steam, isn't it? Probably getting PC ports, right? Five of its 21 games are remakes/revisions. By revisions, I mean one of the PlayStation 5's exclusive titles is R-Type Final 3 Evolved. I didn't know they were still making R-Type games, the classic shmup series. But apparently R-Type Final 2 has an update called R-Type Final 3 Evolved, which is like a PS5 exclusive update. It's numbered like it's a sequel, but I checked it. It doesn't even have its own Wikipedia page. It's a segment on Final 2's Wikipedia page. So it's basically just an update with, I think, some new levels and features and stuff. So, of the 21 games that are listed as PS5 exclusives, the ones that are completely new, not VR, actually exclusive, and out, release that you can buy, there are a total of 6 games. So in order, at least alphabetical order, they are Astrobot. Okay, apparently that game's great. Cool. They made a really good 3D platformer. Nice. That seems like a good game. Destruction All-Stars. A game which received middling reviews that I doubt you've heard of. Quantum Error, a game you have definitely never heard of, which looks like some sort of Dead Space type game that has made several publications' worst game of 2023 lists. Like, I think it has a 40% on Metacritic. I grabbed the Metacritic scores for these. Rise of the Ronin. Okay, maybe not super my type of game, but hey, like a historical Japan action samurai type game. Okay, fine. Like that, I could see that being worth playing. Silent Hill: The Short Message, which is I think a free 3 or 4 hour game. That's like a weird tie-in to like Konami's attempt at getting a Silent Hill relaunch. Has a 53% on Metacritic. I've heard it's bad. And finally, Spider-Man 2, which is generally pretty well received. So of these games that you would actually want to play, there's like 3. Astrobot, Rise of the Ronin, and Spider-Man 2. Rise of the Ronin and Spider-Man 2 are almost assuredly going to get PC ports in the next year or two, which will leave simply Astrobot. Damn. Death Stranding 2 better be incredible. That Wolverine game better be really good. So that's the PlayStation 5's library. Those are the reasons. If you are in the market if you're a gamer and you're like, I have not upgraded to the next gen, to the current gen, right? You still got your PS4, and you're thinking, well, I could invest in a PlayStation 5, or I could build myself a nice gaming PC, which would be a little bit more expensive, right? What would getting the PS5 offer me over just the gaming PC. Astrobot. It's got people were joking that like the PlayStation 5 has one game. Dude, when those PC ports come out, it legitimately will have one game that's not like a VR title. I think it's fair to section off VR into its own thing, right? It's like a separate console almost. Hello, bird. Can you guys hear that wonderful bird call outside? Woof.